Camping gets us out into the incredible outdoors, and it doesn't get much better than Snowdonia or Eryri National Park in North Wales. I stayed at one of the club's certificated sites near Llanberis and couldn't wait to visit Snowdon or Rhyddallt, the highest mountain in Wales, which I could see from my tent. The Snowdon Mountain Railway runs from April until the end of October, making it much more accessible for people of all abilities to get to Snowdon's summit. The train takes about an hour, giving you plenty of chance to admire the rugged natural landscape on the way. If the weather isn't on your side, or if it's completely foggy as it was for me, you might not get the views to Ireland that you can get on a clear day, but it's still just as dramatic an experience travelling up the mountain, and it's still exciting taking the final steps up to the summit, where you'll certainly be at one with the elements. Heading back down the mountain on the train, I was keen to learn more about the natural landscape that we've been seeing out of the windows, and there's no better place to do that than just at the bottom, in the village of Llanberis at the National Slate Museum. The Dinorwic quarry closed in 1969, and now this free museum gives you the chance to learn all about the Welsh slate industry. This is one of 6 areas that form the UNESCO-awarded slate landscape of North Wales. It's fascinating to watch the slate splitting demonstrations, where you can see the care and skill that goes into every single tile of slate. I enjoyed talking to the quarrymen here and finding out more about their craft, which is so intrinsic to this area and to the national landscape. It's also a great opportunity to learn about traditional crafts, including blacksmithing in the Victorian workshops here. Llanberis sits on the shores of the peaceful Barton, with beautiful views over the lake to Snowdon. It's great for walks, scenic swims, kayaking, or taking a train ride on the Llanberis Lake Railway. Nearby, just a few miles away in Caernarfon, you can see another example of one of Wales's 4 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The imposing castle here was built by King Edward I, and it's one of 4 castles forming part of the World Heritage Site. Here on the harbour, the site of the castle is a reminder of the English invasion of the Middle Ages, but also of the strong Welsh resistance to it, and as an architectural landmark, it's an unmissable sight, as are Caernarfon's impressive city walls, which are atmospheric to stroll through in the evening. Another unmissable sight in this part of Wales is Portmeirion, a joyous eruption of colour on the Welsh coast. Created by Welsh architect Clough Williams-Ellis, Portmeirion is an Italianate village, famed for being the filming location for 1960s television show The Prisoner. You could spend hours wandering around the enchanting Baroque-style architecture, feeling as though you're in the Mediterranean, with something unexpected around every corner. You can also take a woodland walk to get incredible views over Portmeirion and the estuary, or simply relax by the water, eat at one of the cafes, or even indulge in a giant game of chess. As I watched the sunset in Caernarfon at the end of my trip, I reflected on the wonderful mix of history, heritage, mountains and coast there is to discover in this part of Wales. As well as the Certificated Sites network, Llanystumdwy and Bala club sites are nearby, giving members fantastic access to the incredible outdoors here in Snowdonia at all times of year. Happy camping and caravanning!